Turkey now says it will impose restrictions on exports to Israel until it reaches a ceasefire with Hamas. Israel called it a unilateral violation of trade agreements and has promised to respond. These new measures come a day after Israel declined Ankara's request to airdrop aid into Gaza.
Biz de hava kuvvetlerimize ait kargo uçaklarıyla
We had submitted a request to participate in the humanitarian aid operations with cargo planes of our Air Force. We've learned that this request, which was welcomed by the Jordanian authorities, was rejected by Israel. There can be no excuse for Israel to prevent us from providing aerial aid to starving Gazans. In response to this situation, we have decided to take a series of new measures against Israel.
Well, for more, let's speak to our correspondent, Sinem Koscioglu. She joins us now live from Istanbul. Sinem, this is obviously a symbolic gesture on the part of Turkey, but talk us through the details. What do these restrictions relate to in terms of exports?
Anastasia, this is the first significant measure that Turkey has imposed against Israel since the beginning of the war in October last year. The products that include iron, steel, fertilizers, chemicals, aluminium, and many other, mainly construction products. And I have to remind that Israel is Turkey's third biggest trade partner. So according to the Trade Ministry, the exports and imports have already declined within the last 6 months, around 33%. Mainly Turkish exports to Israel declined 43% already. But let's remember that these are all mostly private sector exports to Israel, and they have declined without without the governments imposing on those companies so far. But one of the major incidents, besides Israel's rejection of Turkey's airdrop aid delivery to Palestine, is the backlash from the Turkish society, mainly the pro-Islamist young people who have been demonstrating and who have been calling out for boycott against Israeli products. That has actually found a ground among the Turkish society, as from right to left, when it comes to Palestine, it's a common issue. People are very sensitive, and they have been individually boycotting some Israeli products that have also led to decline in the commodity products. But of course, as I said, Israel is Turkey's largest trade partner, and this is a big step since Turkish Foreign Minister Fidan announced that the measures will be effective immediately in place. As of this morning, the mentioned products, 54 materials, products in construction industry, will not be exported to Israel. But of course, Israel has another chance. For instance, Germany is another supplier, but this will be costly for Israel. We will see how it will end up. As Turkey says, these restrictions will be lifted as soon as a ceasefire is in place. Back to you.
Sinem Koscioglu there with the latest for us from Istanbul. Well, let's now get the view from occupied East Jerusalem and speak to Imran Khan. Imran, are you hearing anything from the Israelis by way of response here to Ankara?
Well, there's a very strong response from the Foreign Minister of Israel, Katz, who actually said Erdogan is once again sacrificing the economic interests of the people of Turkey for his support of Hamas. We will respond accordingly and prepare an extended list of additional products that Israel will prevent Turkey from exporting. He's actually also gone on to say that Israel is going to appeal to pro-Israel countries and organizations in the US to stop investments in Turkey and prevent the import of products from Turkey. It's also going to reach out to friends in Congress to try and figure out if Turkey is actually in violations of boycotts against Israel and try and apply some sanctions on it. So a very tough response there from Israel. It remains to be seen how quickly all of that can take place. Ceasefire negotiations, like I say, are taking place, being downplayed by Hamas and by Israel, but they're certainly taking place. And any kind of trade boycotts do take a long time to be able to put in place. So at the moment, this is very much a war of words. What practical element it has on the ground, whether it's an immediate stoppage of trade between the two countries. Let's see what happens in the coming days.
Imran Khan there following that spat for us from occupied East Jerusalem. Thank you, Imran.